I like salad. Do you like salad?
Hi, I'm Hostion Ho. I'm living in Vancouver, BC, Canada, unceded territory of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. I'm an immigrant to Canada from China.
Hey everyone, I'm Andrea coming to you from Victoria, but more importantly known as unceded Akwesasne territory of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples, the Songhees and Esquimalt First Nations, and I am an immigrant from the United States of America. And you're listening to
Canadian Salad.
Canadian Salad.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. It's really great to not see you, actually. Although it's great to know you're there. I mean, I may not see you. This is anyway. Hi, Hoshin.
What was that?
I don't know.
I guess sometimes you just let your brain take control of you.
You know, after
rather than
sometimes, yes, exactly. Sometimes there's just too many words to fit in your brain, and then the travel time from your brain to your mouth, it's just a little bit slower. I don't know. For me, it is personally. I don't know about you, but
I mean, for me, I have to translate the language too.
I know
it definitely is long for me from the brain to my mouth. So was that the correct word? Was that correct tense?
Yes. Well, you have yes reasons for that delay. Maybe mine's just age because I speak one language. So age and just
you speak English, you speak American,
Sure, I speak two languages. Yeah.
I know. And you have a baby. You speak baby too.
I do speak Uga Baga. Yes. Hoshin, I am excited because of Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah. I love Lunar New Year's best time of the year. When I was in China, obviously, always, as a kid, even now, to be honest, I always look forward to it.
Yeah.
It's a part of me, even though, in Canada, we don't really, not a lot of places celebrate, but if you go to Chinatown, you go to Richmond in Vancouver, there's a lot of places still like decorated. You still get a little vibe of it. I mean, nothing compared to China, obviously, but you still get a little piece of you that kind of, everywhere.
That's great. And I mean, that's what this episode is going to be about, right?
Yeah. Today, we're going to talk about Lunar New Year, and then we're going to talk about how you celebrated in other countries as well, not just in China.
Sure.
Also, just a disclaimer, we use the term Lunar New Year. I know many places use the term Chinese New Year, but I think Lunar New Year is definitely way more inclusive because not just China celebrates it, obviously.
I've heard, maybe you could clarify, I've heard it also called the is it the Spring New Year or
Spring Festival?
Spring Festival, yeah. Is that in certain pockets of the world where they refer to it as the Spring Festival, or
only certain part of the world, because I know I think Spring Festival is directly translated from a Chinese term called 春节, which is also another term that we use in Mandarin or Cantonese. Actually Cantonese not so much, mostly Mandarin. Just another term for Lunar New Year. And then so they just because it's a holiday to celebrate spring, but for some culture the spring celebration element is not as not really is an element they celebrate. So so that term is want to know definitely is at least rooted in the Chinese culture. Maybe some immigrants from China that are in some other countries will also call it that way, but I would think that is definitely rooted in the Chinese culture.
That's interesting. Yeah,
because it's also a spring celebration.
Hoshin, could you just maybe, if someone says Lunar New Year, it may not even be Happy Lunar New Year. When you hear about or think about Lunar New Year, like what is the vision in your head when you hear that and in your heart?
Red and money. That's two words I think of.
Red and money.
Red. At first, a lot of red. People like to wear red. Houses
You're wearing
are
red
decorated
today.
Red. I'm red today.
Because
for
Lunar
the
New
episode,
Year. Yes,
obviously.
Of course. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing red, but maybe I'm wearing red underwear. But maybe not.
Actually,
you'll never know.
Very important too. We'll get to that point. Red underwear is also important. Yes, but you wear white. That's no go. No, okay. You can't wear white.
Sorry, I'm glad no one can see me. I'm just gonna hang my head in shame. Go ahead, tell us your story. Yeah.
But houses, so you should decorate red. paper like decorations, and people usually like to wear red because red is lucky color. It brings luck. And then it's also money because you get a red envelope, which
Okay.
is with money. People put money in it as like a
Okay.
gift when you are like a young like me and unmarried, and then
Okay.
usually your relatives would your parents would just give you what envelope with money in it. Um,
Wow.
and
What's the
I just
most, oh,
the
what's
most
the,
what
yeah, what's the most money you've received in a
like
year?
per envelope or like in total?
Total.
Oh, I don't know. Usually a couple $1,000s in
No
total.
way. A couple
Some
thousand?
area pop, yeah, couple areas are even more.
Oh, I'm going to China next Lunar New Year, although I'm married. So I probably
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
get as
married, don't receive
much.
anything. Well, if you marry, then your elder will give it to you. Only your elder will
Mm.
give it to you if you marry. So like maybe your older brother or your parents will give it to you, but that's
Will
it.
your
No one
mom
else will
be
give it
my
to you.
elder? I don't know what's happening. We're probably the same age. No, we're not.
No, 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 absolutely not. No.
Wow, that's so cool. So red
Yeah,
and money and
that's what it,
and
yeah, I'm
family,
just like
like is
happy.
family a part of that picture
Oh,
too? Or
huge. I think that's the
yeah.
theme for every, no matter where you're celebrating Chinese Lunar New Year, everywhere,
Mhm.
our family definitely is like a core theme of that. So,
Mm.
yeah, definitely miss that so much, that element. And it's always a
Yeah.
happy time for kids, at least. For parents, it's another case that have to like get money out. They have to like go to places, arrange like a agenda from visit family to relative, friends to friends, and then
Wow.
host the
Wow.
dinners for families. Yeah, for parents, maybe a bit stressful. Yeah,
Sure. It's a lot of work.
yeah.
Like Christmas here. I mean,
Like
it's,
Christmas in some
make sure
sense.
you get all the
Yeah.
gifts and the right food and invite the right people and the productions and things like that. But
Yeah,
it
it's like a big
definitely
production.
different. Yeah.
But
Definitely different.
Christmas usually just like 2 days, maybe 24 and 25th, maybe 26, 3 days,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
Maybe 3 days, but Lunar New Year usually, again, from country to country may be different, but for in China, usually 7 days.
7 days of getting money and wearing red.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh,
For me, I
well,
mean, for the
I'm
unmarried and young
immigrating.
ones, you know.
Tell your
But for a
country,
parent,
Hoshin. I'm heading over. No.
some countries celebrate for 15 or 12 to 15 days. That's even longer.
See, nations of the world have it going on, that long celebration. For
That's another
myself,
thing. Yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah,
miss that long celebration in Asia.
yeah,
Here, you don't get that. Yeah. What about
yeah.
you? What about you? If you mention the New Year, what comes to your mind?
I always think of the dragon dance.
Oh, the
So
dragon
that is
dance.
something I remember as a kid. My grandmother, we sometimes would go hang out with her on the weekends and we'd ride the bus to downtown Seattle. Downtown Seattle
Hmm.
has like a huge Chinatown, very big. And we would go and we'd probably go into a Chinese restaurant and have soup or noodles or something like that. But I do remember there were a few times where we would go down around Lunar New Year and the dragon dance would be happening. And it was so fun. It was the drums were going, the colors, the costumes, the regalia, the process of the dragon going through and eating the lettuce, I think, through each kind of doorstep. It was just celebratory. And that is something that I've allowed that we've experienced with my son here in Victoria's Chinatown, because we went down last year for the dragon parade. Even though it wasn't the year of the dragon, they still do the dragon parades.
Yeah, the dragon
Right?
parade is every,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
always, yeah.
Yeah. And so my son loved it anyway, and he got free candy because they were handing out candy and stuff. So yeah, it's always been celebratory. And just because it wasn't something I experienced, of course, there was just this curiosity about it. So I'm really excited to learn more about Lunar New Year and how it is expressed in other parts of the world. And
Mm,
so yeah,
yeah. So let's
yeah.
dive in. Let's
Let's
go
dive in. Yeah,
see how the other country celebrates it.
let's
First,
do
of
it.
course, we're going to talk about China first. And
China. Yes.
the before dive into the traditions in about the New Year in China, I want to share a story of how it actually come to be. This like a myth of like
Yes. Ooh,
like the origin of Lunar New Year. It
love
was
this.
about this monster called Nian.
Okay.
Nian in Mandarin, and then you translate into English is year, like year, year.
Oh,
That's why we call it
oh,
a year. Yeah. So
oh.
Nian always comes at the first day of spring.
Okay.
And then let's say it's a he. We don't know. Let's use they. We don't know
Okay.
Nan's gender. We just,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
in old text,
They
it's
do
not
them.
gender
Yeah.
specific. Yeah, they.
Exactly.
So Nan, they terrorized the villages at wherever they went. Every first day of spring, that
Wow. Just raining down on
that they
everyone's parade
yeah
of
they
warm
they
weather.
came
Rude.
exactly, and then so
Rude.
people will like know when Nan comes. It's like the end of the first day of spring. So again, that's how we name a year. And then when Nan terrorized the villages and everywhere he went, and then people will try to slowly find ways to kind of like how to scare them off. And one is
Oh,
like loud noises, and that's fireworks. So they realize
yes.
fireworks can scare them off. And second is Nian scared of red, the color red. Like they scared of it. So
Oh,
people will like wear red and decorate their places with red, everything is red. And then yeah, and that's the main reason of all this tradition slowly comes.
that's really neat. I mean,
I know.
yeah, I'm interested. I mean, this would be a lot more research. Maybe you know, but why red? I mean, I guess that just kind of came to be traditionally, you
I mean, they
know?
have for me that story probably just come people make up that story to kind of give you the reason why we need red. But
Right.
yeah, I
Yeah.
don't. Of course, we don't. If we look into that story, I don't think it has
Right.
any
They'll
like.
explain. No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, with
So
oral traditions, yeah, it gets harder to get passed down. But
exactly.
mhm.
So from that story and what I was told many times, so people like to wear the color red as it brings luck, and also the color gold as well also brings usually means wealth and money. And then it's
Right.
very custom for people to wear new clothes as well. As a kid, I always would go shopping with my mom before New Year. Everything has to be new, and then you put it aside, and then
You
you
save
wear it
it.
the first day of New Year.
Okay.
And then you just because it symbolizes like renewal
Yeah.
and just new, right? So you wear
Hmm.
everything new when you go out,
Hmm.
when to welcome the first day of the year. And then usually we in the South, we also it's custom for us to buy flowers and like mandarin tree, like a tiny little one. It's not like a tall, big, gigantic one
Okay.
to kind of put it usually in front of the outdoor, maybe in front yard to kind of symbolize prosperity. Also,
Okay.
mandarin tree, like mandarin in Cantonese, and mandarin is its name is called ji. Literally means lucky.
Oh, okay.
Mandarin means it
Well,
looks lucky.
and the color is kind of an orangey
The
yellow.
gold, yeah,
So
also looks
that
like
gold.
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that as
Okay.
well. Yeah,
That's
and then the
neat.
house usually people would decorate it with red paper again because it brings luck. And then in northern China, traditional food usually is eaten like baos or pancakes and dumplings, obviously. My
Mm.
friend Wei Tao told me that their family would put a coin, like an actual coin, in one of the dumplings, and then
Oh,
who, it's like,
fun.
yeah, and if you find it, then you're the lucky one.
Oh, that's really fun.
Yeah, and then in southern China, people usually eat like sweet sticky rice balls with like maybe like sesame paste filling inside, and they will also eat all kinds of sweet deep fried dough, like and also candied fruit and seeds, and
Wow. This is making me
yeah,
hungry.
and of course, as I mentioned, people should give younger kids or younger people or unmarried, single people wear envelope as a symbol of luck as well. Usually, the closer the family member, the bigger the amount in that envelope. You just like not very
Oh,
close. It's just maybe smaller.
oh,
Um,
interesting. Okay.
yeah,
But you
and then
still
there's
give,
also
yeah.
yeah, you still give, yeah. And also
Mhm.
there's like superstitions too that are widely believed throughout the country. For example, you don't cut your hair around New Year. Because
Oh,
hair in Mandarin Cantonese, it sounds like the word wealth. So you don't cut your
oh,
wealth.
oh, I
It's fat.
see.
Yeah, it means like wealth. You don't cut it.
Okay,
So during New Year, you
okay,
don't cut it. You maybe cut it
okay.
before or like a while later, but you don't cut it during around New Year. Um,
Interesting. So barber shops in China just
you
take the
should
whole week
during New
off,
Year just take the whole
a month off.
yeah, probably the
Like my
month.
vacation. Yeah, exactly.
Unless you do foreigner business, then maybe you're okay.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the traditions usually in China.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
What is your favorite tradition, would you say?
The money,
The money.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, the money is great, but I also love just like seeing relatives because
Yes.
it's also customary for us to just travel to different family members' home to just like bring them some fruit or some biscuit or what some gifts, some perishables as a gift, and then you just sit there and just chat with them, and then you have a big dinner. And, during the 7 day celebration, you just see different friends and family, and every night you have dinner with different family members.
That sounds really fun. And it
Yeah.
doesn't sound like there's like this is me, the Western person.
Yeah.
There's no scheduled set, as far as
Usually,
events for each day. It's just kind of
usually,
a
usually for different family, they maybe have like a rough schedule. Like I know family to family is different. I know like usually
okay.
for my family, the first day you go to the male, like the father side's family for like gathering first. And then only the second day you go back to the mother side and then you see the mother side's relatives. And then usually
Okay.
I remember the fifth day for my family, we will go to see one of our aunts that live very far away, and then the whole family will go. Like we're just like an organized trip
Oh, that's
that
so
yeah,
fun. Like a
we'll go
big
on
road trip for the
yeah, like
family.
a big road trip for the whole family, and then we'll go see
Aw.
her because she lives a bit far away. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, usually so this like rough schedule. Usually that's how it goes, and then but in every day in general, like let's say second day go to, of course, you go to my mother's side, for example. We don't necessarily have a schedule of like which uncle first, which auntie first. Like we
I
don't. We just
see.
see
I
who's at
see.
home, who's at
Okay.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then people
Yeah.
take turns to organize or host a family dinner too.
Wow. Oh, that sounds really fun. I mean, it just sounds like
Yeah,
a big long family celebration, which I feel
it
like
really
we
is.
need more of just to kind of keep us
7 day,
together.
yeah,
Seven
7 day
days,
family
which maybe
celebration.
yeah, 7 days with my family. That yeah, that would take some courage for me. I would say.
For me too, to be honest.
Really, yeah.
I mean, yeah, when I was younger, when the family get together, of course, the adult would deal with themselves, that they have fun doing something else, and the
Sure.
kids, like me and my cousin, would play, and so I have fun
Yeah.
anyway. And then we
Yeah.
usually get to do something else outside of what you normally don't do. Maybe go to a market that we don't usually go, and of course, there's all gonna be a special market here and there, and then we usually do things like that. And
Yeah.
then yeah, so I have cousins to play with, so usually it's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you get older, you kind of get more boring and just it gets
Yeah,
harder.
and now I'm older. If I like before I went to China, of course, I'm already like a late teen, a late no, like an adult. I would say adult, a young adult. Already too old to
Mr.
play with
Youth
the
Bus Pass in
yes.
Canada.
Uh, I was yeah, it was definitely the older you get, the less fun it gets for
Yeah.
me at least.
I think that's across
Yeah.
the board for everything. Like birthdays are shortened, people may or may not remember. But when you're a kid, you've got like 50,000
Mm.
kids, 50,000 gifts, and, five cakes. It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What about you? Do you know any other Lunar New Year celebration in other countries?
Well, yeah, actually. So we're gonna shift just south. We're gonna go to Korea.
South Korea,
So
I assume.
yes, I don't know what they do in North Korea. Prob
I don't
oh,
know either.
oh, yeah. We'll focus on South Korea right now. So, in South Korea, Lunar New Year is one of the most important traditional holidays. It actually offers a chance for people to pay respect to their ancestors and elders. So it's a three-day celebration, and everyone ages 1 year at the start of the Lunar New Year. So the math is a bit different. So and I am not the expert in this, but in Korean culture, people's international ages increase on their birthday, while their Korean age starts at 1 year on the day they were born. So that changes on the new year. And I hope I'm saying all of that clearly. So
Yeah,
they've
that's
they've
why
got their
yeah.
yeah, they've got their
They got
Lunar
the
New Year.
international age, yeah, and then they also
Yeah.
had New Year age. Just like if you
Yeah.
ask Korean, they have eight different ages.
I'm gonna ask my friend. I have a
You
Korean
should,
friend. I'm
yeah.
gonna ask her how old she is. Yeah.
Yeah, ask
If she
ask
doesn't
ask your
mind.
friend your Korean age and your
I'll do that.
international age.
I think that would make her feel really special, actually. Yeah, because it's the tradition, right? People
Mhm.
do dress in traditional costumes known as hanbok. and my apologies if I'm not saying that correctly. The way that they respect their elders is with deep bows, and then they receive money and words of wisdom for the new year. Holiday foods include dumpling soup, braised beef, short ribs, glass noodles, and rice cakes. So that's
Hmm.
in South Korea. Yeah.
We share some similarities for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, like for example, we also
Yeah.
receive money. So
Yeah.
you see the theme here?
The
We give
money.
money.
Yes. This is the
Yeah.
money holiday. What I do appreciate in Korea, and maybe some families in China do this too, but just that kind of remembering and paying respect to ancestors and elders. I feel
Hmm.
like really in the Western Hemisphere, you don't have this habitual day of remembrance of loved ones. It might come on their birthday, but we're not
Hmm.
collectively remembering that person together. Whereas in the
Hmm.
Lunar New Year in South Korea, at least, they're taking this opportunity to remember and to respect those who have gone before them and their elders. So I feel like that's such a really important thing to collectively honor and remember people that you love.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, in China too, with my mom, the first thing she always does in the first day of New Year, she always like go to all the like ancestors kind of we have like little places for our ancestors at home, like a
Oh, like
little
altars
flag.
or
Yeah, like altar. Not really like yeah, like altar, but it's only little
okay.
flag with their name on it. And then
Oh, okay.
we will like give them food and give them drinks, give them an incense, and then
Oh,
which is
okay.
the most yeah, just also to pay respect to them. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, that's really important. I think that there's a lot to be said when people go before you and the wisdom that they share and everything. So, yeah, so
Yeah.
that's South Korea.
Yeah.
We are going to travel a bit more south actually, to Vietnam. In
Ooh.
Vietnam, Lunar New Year is celebrated with family, just like in South Korea and China. The traditional costume is called áo dai. It's a silk tunic with slits on either side that's worn over pants by both men and women for the new year. So children receive red envelopes with money from their older relatives, just like you do, Hoshan. Most families actually will go to the temple together to pray for good luck, health, and fortune. And they share some superstitions just like you do, Hoshan. Some superstitions include paying off all your debts before the Lunar New Year and cleaning your house, as well as not throwing anything away on New Year's Day, as it's considered to be getting rid of good luck. So there you go. So there's that paying. I like that paying off the debts. I feel like we
Well,
do
if you
need a
can,
goal.
obviously.
Well, yeah, if you can, but I think that's a good goal to have. It's kind of like, oh, I haven't paid my credit card bill in 5 months. I probably should do that. Or I don't know, but I like that reset, you know?
Yeah. Also, they don't have student loans. From what I remember, I don't think Vietnam have very expensive
S-
college
Uh,
education fees.
really,
Yeah. Actually, most
yeah.
Asia, I don't think any Asian country I know of have very expensive like college tuition.
Are they
Yeah.
government funded then?
A lot of them. I mean, maybe this private school, maybe they're more expensive, but
Sure.
I was never in the
Maybe
private
specific focus.
schools system. But I
Yeah.
know in China for sure, it's like your whole year of tuition. It's just maybe 1 month of like a normal people's salary. Anyone can pay
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, okay. I'm going to live in Vietnam after I live in China for a bit. I'm going to get my lucky money. I got this all planned out. Um, so in Vietnam though, traditional foods include sticky rice cake snacks. Those actually play a vital role in the celebration, so very important. And then other dishes include pickled scallion, dried shrimp, and candied fruits. So
Mm,
very tasty.
yes.
Yeah.
Now I'm
Again,
hungry
I
too. Oh.
know. I need to like eat a whole, I don't know, onion after this. I don't know what I would eat, but I am hungry. I'm getting hungry. This is good. This is
Yeah, I
good.
mean, again, they also share a lot of kind of tradition with South Korea and China, right?
Right.
Both, yeah,
Hmm.
China, South Korea, Vietnam eat rice cake as like
Yeah.
a New Year thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really neat to see. I mean, like geographically, right? You're kind of
They're quite
all
close, true, yeah.
in the same region, but I mean, it's just like with any type of country or region, you're going to have so much variation once you leave, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's exciting because everyone does it differently.
Yeah.
Hoshin, do you have another country you want to share with us and how they celebrate Lunar New Year?
Yeah. I want to share one last one. Also, we travel to a little bit south.
Okay.
It's Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay.
Yeah, in Malaysia, the New Year is seen as the welcoming of spring, again, similar to
Okay.
China,
Okay.
um, and a chance for families to come together for annual reunion dinner. Again,
Mm,
the theme is
family.
there.
Yes.
Yeah. And oh, their holiday lasts for 15 days.
That's
Ooh,
amazing.
long
Wow.
celebration.
Wow. That's a lot
Yes.
of money and a lot of wearing red. I think, question, do you get tired of
Yeah.
wearing red after wearing red so many days in a row or?
No, you don't actually wear red every day. I mean, I don't think you
Oh,
have
okay.
that many red clothes every
I don't
day.
know.
But yes, we don't usually the first day. Usually I only
Okay.
wear for red first day, and you have other red stuff, maybe like a red scarf. I will maybe wear for a couple of days, obviously.
Okay.
Or red jacket. I do have a red
Red
jacket
bow
actually. I
tie.
quite like.
Mm,
Wear a bow tie.
yes.
Maybe for a fancy dinner. Maybe I
With other
will.
things. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Not sure. Okay, that's sidetrack there.
So in
Yeah.
Malaysia, yes.
Yeah. Malaysia.
15
And
days. Wow.
yeah, and then on the last day, a big celebration called Chap Kong Mai is celebrated. And
Okay.
also, Chap Kong Mai, it depends on your ethnic group. There are some specific days for the celebration. For example, the Kayan New Year is observed on the 9th day of Lunar New Year.
And
So
that's specific
different
to a
ethnic group
specific
on the
group of
9th.
people.
Yeah,
Okay.
specific groups
Interesting.
of people on different
Okay.
day of the New Year will have different kind of will celebrate on different days, which is somehow like China. Like I said, maybe the first day we celebrated with the father side, and then the second day we go to the mother side. But I think that's my
Sure.
family. I don't know whether it's like
Sure.
a widely common thing. That I don't know. Maybe I should do more
Yeah.
research on that. But yeah,
Yeah. Huh. Huh.
yeah.
I like that though,
Uh,
because I mean, for like Western holidays, it's like, okay, which family do we see this year? And then next year we'll
mhm,
see the other family. Like there isn't time to see both families. So I like that because it's such an extended holiday, you have that ability, right?
mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they also wear some traditional outfits. It's called 长衫, also known as 旗袍. It's like a long dress. As I said, it's like a
Okay.
long dress, and it's like really figure hugging. I think it's
Ooh,
very figure hugging. It's a very
okay.
nice. Yeah, you should Google that. It's a
Nice.
very beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah,
I will.
and again, they're also wearing red,
Sure.
popular color. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you're celebrating your zodiac year, you must wear the color gold to attract even more
Okay.
abundance for the year. Like
Okay.
that means like the coming year, the Lunar New Year is coming. That is the year of dragon, right? So if you
Right.
are also year of dragon, that is your zodiac year.
Oh, okay.
Then you have in Malaysia, you have to wear gold.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then in China, we mentioned about that. If it's your zodiac year, you have to wear the red underwear.
Oh, oh yes. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
where the red underwear come
But
from. Yeah.
yeah, but you can buy it. You don't have to have someone else buy
Yo,
it for you.
yeah.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay. Kind of weird.
Unlike Spain,
Yes.
I believe Spain is the country that, yeah, New Year tradition wear a brand underwear that's bought for you.
Oh, okay.
But in
Yes, it was.
China, in China, you wear red underwear if it's your zodiac year.
Okay.
So that's just a tradition there. And then the food that usually is eaten during Lunar New Year is like ipsang. It's a salad dish that can be found at almost every table as it represents good luck and prosperity. Nian Gao, which is a rice cake. They
Mm.
also have mandarin oranges, which symbolize good luck.
Yeah.
And also they give red pocket envelopes, like red envelopes with money to children
Yes.
and unmarried family members.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's as out of luck. And many Buddhist families will also invite lion dancers to their home to bless their altars and one of best spirits too.
Okay. Very cool. Wow.
Yeah, and that's
Lion
Malaysia.
dancers. I'm thinking that those are just similar to like the lion or the kind of the dragon dances,
Dragon dancer,
people with
yeah.
like a big costume. It's not like they've trained lions to dance. I
No,
mean, that would
no.
be amazing, but yes, it's more so that, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they have costume that looks like a lion.
See, that would be nice. You could do, gosh, that would be so fun. Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Malaysia, I mean, there was a lot of similarities with China, more than I think South Korea, Vietnam, is what
True,
I
I would say
heard.
so
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of similarity. Even food they eat or things they wear that I would say is very close to China.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they're very close. All these countries very close in Asia,
Yeah.
obviously. That
Yeah.
and then China, if you know anything about history, China, that area have culturally has huge on its export. During Tang Dynasty, Japan literally sent ambassadors to China to study its culture and then brought it back to Japan so they can learn so to copy Chinese culture during the Tang Dynasty. And both
Wow.
North and South Korea, there's a long period of time that used to be an area of China. And so they just learn a lot
Right.
of things from China too.
Right.
And
Yeah.
before, I don't know whether you know Seoul, the capital of
Uh-huh.
South Korea,
Uh-huh.
used to be called Han City.
Oh, okay.
Han, yeah, the old name of Seoul is Han City. Literally, is Han. That it was
Really?
Han.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and of course they changed it because it sounds too Chinese.
I
So they
see.
want the identity,
Yes.
which is correct.
Okay.
Also, even Korean, the writing they
Mm-hmm.
used to write in Cantonese, the characters are traditional characters. Same as
Interesting.
Japan. Modern
Yeah.
Japanese also is like a made-up language. They also
Yeah.
used to in traditional characters.
Yeah.
So this, I'm
Yeah.
just saying, there's a lot of influence, a lot of these
For
culture
sure.
holidays. You can see there's a lot of similarities from China, but it's because of history, because of
Right.
geographic locations, and
Right. Mm-hmm.
this
Empires
culture,
and
yeah,
kingdoms and
immigrations, all of
transitions.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Spreading out. Yeah. No,
yeah.
that's very, very interesting. And again, I feel like when you compare Lunar New Year to just the New Year, which we just had, really lame. Right, like
But you
the
have big,
Western New Year, we do have fireworks, and there's some traditions
yeah.
like globally, but like I feel like in Canada and the US, it's just kind of
I think that's because you had a big Christmas. Imagine you've just had a big celebration Christmas, and then you had another big celebration
sure.
a week right after. I think that would be
Maybe
too
we should
much.
spread it out. Yeah, we should just fall
Or
in
you just
line
make
with the
it.
Lunar New Year.
Yeah, I'll just make it a big holiday from 25th
Yes,
to 31st. Then you have 5 days of holiday of celebration. After
exactly.
sorry,
Exactly.
you're
I think
31st.
that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Become
because
prime
Lunar New
minister and
Year,
enforce that, would you?
because Lunar New Year has 7 days. Like in
Yeah.
Malaysia, it's 15 days. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and I do feel like there is, I mean, we see this in collective cultures. There is just a rest in being together in community. I feel like there is a bit of a, um, well, there's a lot of differences. We, at least I'll speak for my family. Um, we might see our family during the holidays. We may not.
Mhm.
It's not always something that you do collectively. It's just kind of do on your own as you see fit. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I do think, like, I know in China, a lot of our holidays are always about either ancestors or families. Like Mid-Autumn
yeah,
Festival is also a day for families. Your Tomb Sweeping Day is for honoring your ancestors. And then you also have Yuan Xiao, which is a Lantern Festival. Usually is also with family or your loved ones.
hmm,
Um, Even a Dragon Boat Festival also is with family. Is the goal
yeah,
is to do with family.
yeah,
And here, of course, you have other holidays, Labor Day, the Remembrance Day, also important.
sure.
But yeah, but I think in China, majority of our holidays are just an excuse for families to get together.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. And
Very
businesses,
collective.
right,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
collective. And businesses will observe that and they'll honor that. And,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So,
That's definitely true. Yes.
yeah. Well, thank you, Hoshin, for this Lunar New Year education. This was really, really fun to learn. And for myself too, I just feel like it's a whole new world for me, and it's something that is unfamiliar, but it also just gives me a glimpse of what the rest of the world does during this time of year. Are you going to do anything for Lunar New Year?
Yeah, I mean, I will buy new clothes, which
Okay,
I
good.
love. Go shopping. Excuse for go shopping. Yay.
Indeed. There's nothing
Yeah.
wrong with that. Yes.
Yeah, but I need to buy something red. That would be difficult.
well, it's true. Yes. Although
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is coming soon,
Soon,
so there
yeah.
might be some red, you could
Yeah.
get
I already
maybe.
bought a pair of red underwear, so I got that covered.
Congratulations. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. But new red pants and red clothes would be difficult. Maybe get a red jacket.
Yes.
Maybe.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah, anyway,
nice.
I will see what there. And
Leather.
then yeah,
Yeah.
it depends. Yeah, I will
Yeah.
definitely go for hot pot for sure because I love hot pot. It's also a thing that my family usually does.
Yum.
You
I
just
love
go
hot
for hot
pot.
pot.
It's really
Yeah, it's
good.
just such a great way for people to get together and eat.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do something with friends and partners and everyone. Yeah,
Good.
if people are
Good.
into it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's wonderful. Wow.
Yeah, you should do it with your family too, maybe start a
Yeah.
tradition.
Well, we definitely want to head to Chinatown for the dragon dance and just to
Mm-hmm,
maybe
mm-hmm,
try to get there
mm-hmm.
earlier so that we can see more than just the dance. Maybe there's other things that they do um and yeah, it would be.
Go visit the Chinese Canadian Museum finally.
That's right. I will. Yes.
Mm-hmm,
Yes.
mm-hmm.
Encourage
Good.
everyone, yeah, to learn more about it.
Yeah, Chinese Canadian Museum both in Victoria and Vancouver. There's two
Yeah,
locations. So if you live
that's
in these
true.
two cities, you are in luck. Go take a
Yeah.
look.
And let us both know if you're in town. We'd love to say hi to you. So
Yeah, just DM us.
yeah, DM us. Slide into our DMs. Is that the way that you
Yes.
say it?
Anyway,
Yes.
I think that's it for our New Year
Yes.
tradition around Asia. Now let's go to
Yes.
our next part, which is our
Quiz
Canadian pop
time.
quiz.
Mini pop quiz. This is the time where I ask Ocean a question he doesn't know the answer to, and he asks me a question that I don't know the answer to, and I don't know his question. So this is going to be tricky, Ocean, because this topic is very you. So I will say it took a while for me to find a good question
Oh,
pop quiz related to our topic today. So do you want
okay.
me to go first or do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay, great. So question, as of 2021, because this is the most recent data for this question, how many people living in Canada, what percentage of Chinese people living in Canada were first generation, meaning they were born outside of Canada?
How many percentage of Chinese that live in Canada are born first generation?
Yes. What percentage
Ooh,
of the Chinese population?
36%.
Higher.
Higher?
Yes.
What? Higher than one third. Ooh, okay. 56.
Higher. Se
72.
Close. 71.6%
So 72.
living. Yes.
I'm kidding. Yeah,
Living.
71.6.
So seven out of every 7 of 10. Wait. Yeah. Over 7 in 10 Chinese people living in Canada are actually first generation
Oh,
Canadians.
wow.
Yeah. I
I
didn't know
thought
that
more. I
myself.
didn't know that. I thought it would
Yeah.
be less since, Chinese love to have kids.
According to Stats Canada, 24.9% are second generation.
Mm-hmm.
And then 3.5% were third generation or more, meaning both of their parents
Oh,
were born in Canada. So yeah.
interesting. Thank
So
you for that data. I
71.
didn't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's a
There you go.
lot.
It
Okay, at least
is.
not
It
what I thought it
is.
would be.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
majority of Chinese in Canada are were born outside of Canada. So that's pretty cool.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, my
Okay.
question to you.
Yes.
Um, since when Lunar New Year is recognized as an official holiday in Canada?
Oh, shoot. So
You can give me a
Canada
year.
recognize the Lunar New Year as an official holiday?
Yeah.
Is that what your question?
It's not a tourist holiday, but it's an official holiday.
Official. What year did they?
Yeah,
Is that
what
your
year?
question? Oh gosh.
Yes.
I'm gonna say 1978.
Ooh, no, 1978? That
Yeah.
is no, wow, that's so early. No.
No?
There's still a lot of racism there at that time, I think.
Oh,
Think about racism. Think about
2005?
when this so slowly
19.
2005?
Yeah.
No, but 2005 is when they legalized gay marriage. I
Wow.
know it's not relevant, but
Right. But
The
it
first one.
goes to show how long it takes us to do things. 2013?
Close. It's 2016.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's very recent.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
it was in 2016 that the Canadian government acknowledged or
Yeah,
at least,
acknowledge that Lunar New Year is a holiday. It's the official holiday in Canada, yeah.
well, I have thoughts on that. But when you
But
have,
yes,
anyway,
yeah.
yes. Okay.
Now you know. Now you know.
I mean, look at Stats Canada. 1.7 million people in Canada are Chinese. 1.7
Mhm.
million. And you're just now.
What can I say? Yeah, literally.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Well, it's
Oh, it's
fine,
not
I
okay,
guess.
but you know.
Not okay. I
Yeah.
know. You do what you can do.
Yeah,
Oh
what can you
shoot.
do?
Oh, what can you do? You take what I'll my mother-in-law, she gave me wedding advice or marriage advice. She was like, just take what you can get. Okay. Um
It's a very
anyway,
older generation
yes,
mentality.
it is. It is for sure. Well, it's
Anyway,
been
yeah,
really
thank you.
fun. Yeah. And
Thank you
next
for taking this
week,
journey.
yes, yeah, a Lunar New Year journey. Happy Lunar New Year, Hoshin. Your gift is in the
Thank
mail.
you. Happy
I just
New
want you to
Year to you
know
as
it's
well.
coming.
Okay.
Yes. The post will get to you, I hopefully
Is
soon.
that money?
You'll have, I can't tell you. No, I can't tell
I'm
you,
just kidding. I'm just
young
kidding.
man. Listen to your elder. You cannot ask. So, no. Next week, do you know what we're gonna talk about, Hoshin?
Ooh, I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
Well, it's like Valentine's Day soon, and so
Oh,
we are going to do a really fun new series. We're going to have other people on our podcast talking about being single in Canada.
ooh,
I'm
yes.
so excited. I'm excited to
Happy
have
Single Awareness Day.
Yeah, I know. Exactly.
Initials are
Yes.
SAD.
Yes, it's Friendentine's Day. So yeah, we're gonna get different perspectives of being single in a new country and what that looks like culturally, socially, and even internally, just reflecting on that and kind of that journey for a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people. So stay tuned,
Mm-hmm,
everyone. It's gonna
mm-hmm.
be really good. You're gonna hear some new voices, and
I
we're
know.
excited to bring different perspectives, different countries into the conversation. So
I agree.
stay tuned. Yeah.
If exciting. See you next
Yes.
week.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Happy Lunar New
Bye.
Year.
Happy New Year to
Bye.
you all. Bye.
Yes, bye.
Bye.
Canadian Salad is written and produced in British Columbia, Canada by Hoshin Ho and Andrea McCoy. Theme music is by Naver Avityan from Pixabay.
This has been a good Drinklin production.